Well, we are now just 1 week away from Medicare's open enrollment period. Certainly an important time for seniors to be gathering information on these different plans. Back with us today is Kathy Gage, licensed Medicare specialist with One Source Insurance. And Kathy, great to have you back on the show.
Great to be here.
So today we're talking about people that are still working at the age of 65, which I feel like a lot of people are still employed.
Right. There's so much more, and nowadays there's just so many more people still working after they turn 65, and there's so many things that they need to know when they start to do that, whether they decide to work or if they're going to go on their Medicare. But there's just a lot of decisions to be made about that time, and it's always good to get somebody's advice about what you want to do when you begin that new chapter in your life.
So today that is our topic, and that's kind of the group that we're speaking about. So obviously the plan is, do they stick with their employer offered insurance, or do we look at the Medicare plans? How does that work?
Yeah. Well, it all depends. You have to just do a really good comparison of it. That's something they definitely need to look at. Most people don't even really know what their group plan does most of the time. So you have to get that information, gather that, and then put that down and compare it to some of the other plans, and based on what their need is, see where they want to go with that.
So basically they have even more options to look at.
Absolutely.
What are some of the key factors then when you're looking at that Medicare versus the employer plan?
Well, you're going to look at deductibles. Most of the Medicare plans don't have deductibles, so if you're looking at a large deductible with the group plan, that can be a factor in it. The premiums, what you're paying for it versus what you'll pay for Medicare, and just all the benefits, and looking at what their needs are. What are their needs going to be going forward. You don't know everything, but you can make some good decisions about what we know right then.
So for those that stay with their employer's plan, do they still need to register with Medicare?
Well, they will automatically get their Medicare Part A, and then they make that decision whether they want to pay for Part B or they're going to stay with their group plan if they're paying a premium on that. Some people, if they're working and it's just them, they may be getting that whole employer plan paid for. Just all depends, and it's just things you just really have to take a hard look at.
So sit down and look at all the plans.
Absolutely.
What if they make a switch during that year? What if they decide not to work and retire within that year? Is it too late for them?
No, they have a special election period during that time when they leave work.
So they can make that switch?
Yes, they can do that anytime.
Can you assist with someone that is on a Medicare plan if they are still employed?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. There's just a lot of different factors in there based on what they're doing, what they want, what their needs are, and you just have to compare all those. But we can definitely work with them.
I was going to say, I will bet that they're almost working with them really opens up the entire playing field, because you're able to look at that employer package as well.
Yes, it is, and we do that a lot with people. There's a lot of times people come to see me and they don't change anything, and I may advise them not to, because it may be just exactly what they need right then. But then as it goes down the road and they decide they're going to leave their employer's plan, then then we relook everything.
And it sounds like you're going to be doing that a lot over the next few weeks. Of
Yes.
course, this enrollment period getting ready to open, and I'm sure that is busy time for you guys.
It is, but it's great. It's lots of fun to be able to help people out there and feel like that you're offering them something that they can't get, because reading it sometimes just is not like sitting down with somebody.
Yeah, and at no cost to them.
At no cost to them, absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to give everybody some information. If you have questions or you would like to sit down with Kathy, you can find her there at One Source Insurance here in Johnson City. You can check out their website for more information. That's onesourceinsurancegroup.com. You can also call the number that is right here on your screen.